Hello everybody, welcome back. I hope you're doing great. So this is no reaction, this is a Saturday video that I'm doing now, but I was going to record other stuff this Sunday and then this came up like last week and I was like, oh, I want to post this first. So I am doing it now so I can put it up this Saturday. We are going to be talking about the whole thing with the contract of the new group that was formed from Boys Planet 2. I was made aware of a specific article that is the one that everybody has been referring to on a couple of posts, and then I saw the article was in Korean and I was like, I don't know. But when I opened it on my phone, I had like the option to translate it, so I translated it, I read it. I got angry, frustrated, confused. I don't know exactly what the word will be to describe what I was feeling, because it was just a combination of things. And I was like, I want to talk about this because I you know, just in case you guys don't know about it. But also I have my opinions as to why they're doing this with this girl specifically, so I'm just gonna talk about this because I am just like, wow, these people just want to control everything. This is awful. I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit more about Boys Planet 2, which is the survival show. We're gonna learn a little bit about the group. We're gonna read the article. I have it on my phone. I cannot translate it on my computer. I think it's because of the browser that I'm using, but I can on my phone. So I will read it on the phone, but I will still put screenshots of it. If it's a word or something that isn't properly translated, I'll tell you guys, because there's a couple of words that couldn't be translated properly. I don't know if it was the way that was reading on the article in Korean. And then we're going to talk about the company, because I think this is the core of everything. And I just feel bad for this group and everything that they're gonna have to go through. I'm probably gonna rant and get angry. I'll try my best to cut out the parts that don't make sense when I go to edit this, but that's going to happen because I am, again, angry, frustrated, because this doesn't surprise me from this company. Before I go into the article, I do want to tell you guys a little bit about Boys Planet 2, just in case you guys don't know about. So this is the second time they do this group. Boys Planet 1 was the one that formed Zero Base 1. There's a whole thing with Zero Base 1 right now because they announced something, some kind of extra stop signatory, something for next year. But I think they're supposed to disband next year, so people are thinking that they are actually going to extend the contract, but nothing has been said if Zero Base 1 is going to do that or not, sort of the same way that happened with Kepler. Boys Planet 2 is like the other one that they did. So it is a survival show broadcasted on Mnet. It is the sequel again to Girls Planet 999 and Boys Planet. And then Planet K premiered on July 17 and Planet C aired on July 18 of this year. We'll talk about those two in a second. So concept, I'll tell you at least a little bit about the concept. Boys Planet 2 is based on the themes and aesthetics of space. It consists of two programs, K and C, produced in Korea and Chinese respectively, with both programs following the same format for each contest. The show will create a twin group project with both groups debuting at the same time. The final lineup was originally planned to work in two different groups, K and C, while also working as a complete group. However, Mnet ultimately decided to debut a single global boy group. I will leave this page below if you want to read more about it. It was 154 contestants on this. Now, a couple left, a couple abandoned the show, but that was how much. Now, I was very confused at this because, again, I thought there were two different shows, two different groups, but then I realized there was only one form. It feels kind of like they just play with everybody there, because you told them there would be two groups, you know, one K and one C, and then all of a sudden it's like, nope, we're just gonna mash all of you up. And that was a lot, and that's probably the reason why they were eliminating everyone left and right. They were very obsessed with stars. Now, I didn't see the whole show, but I saw a bunch of clips here and there. There is another show happening, which is called Planet C Home Race. It is a spin-off of the survival show Boys Planet 2 about trainees from Planet C, and this apparently is going to start broadcasting on December of this year. The concept of this is basically tell the story of the boys from Planet C who dream of debuting as global idols. They return to the launch pad and embark on a new journey with stars creators from around the world. So again, it is a spin-off from it, just with C trainees to form a C group, and it was going to feature participants that were eliminated on Boys Planet 2 that didn't make it into the lineup. It does tell you in this one the contestant on it. Again, I'll leave it below because I'm not gonna go too into detail, but this is the next one. But that is the show that formed this group now, which is called Alpha Drive 1. I am not going to get into the name because as soon as I saw it I was like, great. Because at this point the same thing happened with Zero Base One, and at the end everybody loved it. Okay, so I'm not even gonna get into the name because people are going to love this name either way, so I'm not gonna get into that. But this is an upcoming 8-member multinational project boy group. Now I noticed that they put project, I don't see it as a project, but okay. Created through Boys Planet 2, and they are set to debut on the early 2026. The members of this group are, again, this is in no particular order. I know they range from 1 to 8 and the center and all of that, but I'm just saying it how it is here. You have Kim Jin So. There's Chinese names here, I just noticed. I'm sorry if I butchered them. Jan Yahao? I butchered that, oh my god. Lee Leo, Kim Gun-woo, Lee Sang-won, Hee Shin-lon, Sho An-shin, and Shun San-hyun. Let's get to the article. Now I'm gonna read it from my phone, so I'm sorry I'm gonna be looking down a lot. I found it, and you know, I have it translated here, and again, I will put screenshots here. If there's something that is improperly translated, I'll tell you guys about it. This was released by Dispatch. If you don't know what Dispatch is, I would suggest you look it up. They tend to release things that I'm just like, they basically release more couples. I don't know if there's different dispatches, but there are a whole league of things, honestly. But they were the ones that have released this part of like a contract or something like that, which is the thing that has been going around a lot. So let's get into this. This part might be the one that is longest because I am going to be stopping a lot, because this is gonna anger me. I think this is the part that I might just rant and get angry the most, but we will see that happen. So this got released on September 30 of 2025, so last week. I was thinking of making it this, you know, making the video very quickly, but I wanted to give it at least a week just to see if anything else was released. I haven't seen anything else, so that's why I'm recording it now. But again, it says Dispatch, and it says exclusive CG auditions is a 6-year audition, which technically is supposed to say contract. Boys Planet 2 obtains 5 + 1 year contract. I'm already getting angry by just reading the 5 + 1 year. Okay, let's get into this. I'm gonna get angry. It literally says 5 + 1. God. 5 years is the mandatory contract period. 1 year is a special activity period. The Boys Planet 2 trainees must work under CG E&M for 5 years + 1 year. This is a 6-year contract, 1 year short of the 7 years of magic. I know more than 7 years, of course, or the course of 7 years. If you don't know, a lot of the contracts are 7 years, and a lot of people think that is a slave contract. Usually they're 7 years, and there is this thing called the 7-year curse, which it's basically applies more to the groups that after 7 years they're kind of renewing the contract. Doesn't happen, they disband. They were part of the 7-year curse where they couldn't keep together and they disband. That doesn't happen with all of it. It's a renew contract. Twice did Sistar didn't renew a contract after 7 years, so again they're part of like the 7-year curse type of a thing. That's the way that I know it, not the 7 years of magic. I don't know if that part, I wasn't sure if it was an error translating, but I know it more as 7-year, of course, origins or something like that. 101's contract period was 1.5 years. Zero Base One promotional period was 2.5 years. I don't know, I think they're supposed to disband this year, but that's why there's rumors of them probably renewing. We will see if that actually happens. However, for Boys Planet 2, they must complete 6 years. This is more than 4 times the contract period of 101, which was in 2017. CGENM publicly, oh my god, announced its intention to provide opportunities for talented artists. It went on to emphasize, I cannot read, I'm getting angry, that's why, its commitment to expand the music industry through collaboration with small and medium-sized entertainment companies. How about a fuck you? That is not, However, CG's actions are contradictory. Some point out that it is destroying the music industry ecosystem. It suggests a desire to monopolize the industry by locking talents artists under its wing. Dispatch exclusively obtained the contract for appearing in Boys Planet 2, so this is a specific contract for appearing on the show. But still, Shuffle. Now, there is a picture here. I will talk about the picture because I can take a photo and kind of translate it. So I'm gonna do that and see if it works. But we're gonna keep going with the article so it doesn't get too long here. CG's audition is a physical audition. The artist group's period of activity shall be 5 years from the date of release of the debut album, and the final selection shall only perform entertainment activities as a member of the artist group during that period. That is Article 1, Paragraph 2. So right there, let's just start with that one. Right now, their time together is not counting. It is from next year, okay? So don't even think, oh, they already gonna be together for 3 months. No, when they release that, that's their start time for these 5 years. According to the contract, Boys Planet 2 will be active for 5 years from the album release date. They will be active under a new agency commissioned by CGENM named Wake One, which is the one that everybody knows about. Moreover, even after 5 years is not over, CG included a special activity clause in the Article 1, Section 3. In the 6th year, the group must release another single album and hold additional concerts. Within 1 year of the end of the artist group's activity period, the artist will release one single album and participate in one performance. They must appear on all scheduled for special activities. That is Article 1, Paragraph 3. CGENM effectively tied the contract to a 6-year contract through a 5+1 contract. They even added the right to contract with exclusive management for contestants who didn't make it into the final selection. Oh, I'm getting angry. Even if a performer is not ultimately selected, CGENM has the right to form a separate group by entrusting the exclusive management rights for the performance entertainment activities. This is Article 2, Paragraph 1. Okay, let's stop that for a second before I hyperventilate here. So a couple of things there before we continue. There's still a little bit left on this article. First, again, 5 years, it starts from when they debut. So again, if they debut next year, that's the start of the 5+1 year, 6 year, however they want to call it. At this point, is slave contract, but get past that. And then the special activities of 6 year is they have to release something. I think the whole point is, again, controlling them. And from what I have been reading a lot, I think it says that later on in the article, during those 5 years, they cannot have any solo activities or do anything else outside the group. It is on that 6 year extra that they have that they can start doing solo stuff. Now, I don't think this includes that. That's the part that confuses me, because usually they have solo activities while they're in the group. I mean, Zero Base one member was MC on a music show. I'm pretty sure it doesn't count that, but I think what they're meaning more is outside of the group, like with the groups they're over with the companies or stuff like that. I think that's what they mean. Also, the part where they have how did they mention it? Right to form a separate group from the contestant that didn't make it. That doesn't surprise me. If you don't know, when Boys Planet, the first one that was the base one, was formed, there's a group called EVNE that was formed from trainees that were on that show. That group is popular. They're on the Jellyfish still, if I better remember. They're popular. People love them. They're gaining money that this company did not see coming, money that this company does not have access to at all. I think because EVNE thing happened with Boys Planet, you know, that group was formed from those trainees, they're on the Jellyfish, they're gaining money because, again, EVNE is popular. They were like, oh, we lost money with this, we need to have control over everything and everybody that is on the show, so we're gonna say we have the rights to them. We can form whatever group we want with them, and they will not have an option to cancel or anything like that, because that's kind of what it means here, because it says right to form a separate group by trusting the exclusive management rights to the performance entertainment activity. I think it's because of EVNE. I'm pretty sure because of that. It's because they left that opportunity go, and now they're not gonna let that happen. So not only they will have Alpha Dry One, they're gonna have the C group, which I don't know if they're gonna be on the Wake One as well, if they're gonna pick a Chinese company, manage them and all of that. But now they're gonna have this one that they're probably gonna make very soon. It wouldn't surprise me if trainees that were very, very popular that were on the final, they made them make this group to have that money. I'm getting frustrated. Okay, let's continue with this. There is still a little bit left of this. Let's finish this. Audition disrupt the industrial ecosystem. CG has prompted the audition program as a means to expand the music industry. However, it is exploiting its monopoly position to induce unfair contracts. This could lead to structural distortions in the industry. CG E&M is a broadcaster that owns channels. Their role is that of a platform serving as a conduit, oh my god, for content produced by producers, artists, to be delivered to the viewers. The music industry thrived through the symbiosis. I'm so angry I cannot read anymore. Of platforms and producers. Entertainment companies compete to create quality content. The result was the massive wave known as K-pop. Meanwhile, CG is attempting vertical integration. It plans to hold audition at its platform, secure talent from small and medium-sized entertainment agencies, and monopolize the market for 6 years. This constitutes an invasion of territory that disrupts existing market rules, while the 6-year Boys Planet 2 period will maximize profits for CG. It will inevitably lead to imbalances in the industrial ecosystem. They're trying to monopolize everything right now. They're using small and medium-sized trainees to do this. They cannot do it with big trainees from big companies. Essentially, they cannot do that, so they're using the small and medium-sized, the one that they know they cannot do it for a promotion, like I have mentioned a long time here on the channel. Promotion, that's what our shows are for. So they're using them essentially and be like, hey, give me a trainee, and if he makes it, we have control over them. If not, we gave you the opportunity to keep fan base. There you go, do whatever you want with them. You know what I mean? And they're trying to have monopoly. They're trying to control it with this whole Survivor shows and everything, and it's going to affect for sure, because at this moment I feel like there's too many Survivor shows. Too many, and it starts because of them, and they're trying to do things different. They're trying to make groups, and companies keep sending their trainees there in hopes they make it or get some kind of fan base to debut them, especially small and medium-sized company, and it's because of them, and they're still trying to control it one way or the other, and they're starting with this type of contracts in a way. To finish this article very quickly, it says the 2 phases of an audition powerhouse. I'm gonna keep making mistakes from Frank Graham. An official from a music agency says, why did the 7th year of the magic of idol groups come out? And explains 6 years consumed by idols, almost a waste of time. In short, he's saying, I'll give you a chance, give me a child. This is even a collaboration with a small or medium-sized agency. It's nothing more than a prediction at the top of the food chain. Just what I was saying. Give me your child. If he makes it, great. If not, there you go. I don't care about them. That's basically it. iSun is a group formed through a CG audition. Their contract ended after 2 years and 6 months. What would have happened if iSun has been tied to a 5+1 contract? The global activities of Lisa Ruffin is basically what it's saying, and Eve, and the new challengers of Yu Judy, Kim Min-ju, Choi Yena, and Kwon En-wi maybe never existed. 2025 marks CG's 3rd anniversary in the cultural industry. Their slogan, only one embodies the ambition to lead the global market by creating the first and the best. It's the only one that CG pursues synonymous with exclusivity. They even disguise their own trainees as ordinary people. Why not abandon the pretense of providing opportunities to talented individuals and collaborating with small and medium-sized agencies? It's just a hollow excuse. That is the article, and basically the end is just what I said. It's just them they're using small and medium-sized. They know they cannot go with the big companies because they're gonna say no. I think the biggest one I have seen there is Cube. Again, in this one there was Boy Story members, and I know there's some work from JYP, but it's usually small and mid-size idols that are like, hey, my group might disband or something, so we're gonna go there. Maybe this is their last chance to debut or something, maybe help the group this way, and they're forced to this kind of shit. And it's frustrating because this company is trying to control everything at this point with these Survivor shows, and they're doing it. And people are supporting it. Again, I understand you want to support your group and everything, but at some point you're gonna have to step back and be like, okay, is this hurting the group? Is this hurting the idol that I like? Is it? Who is it hurting him? The company? What is the best way to attack a company that is hurting your favorite group? Don't consume anything that company makes with that group. It is sad because a lot of us, you know, want to support the group and all of that, but the best way to hit them where it hurts is to not consume anything and do a boycott or whatever. And that has happened a lot, and has it helped? Most of the time it kind of does. But that is the best way to kind of let the company hear your voice as a fan. Let's put it that way. It's gonna be the norm now for this company, this kind of contracts. And they're not gonna see their group, you know, either from an idol, Junso is from Way. They're not gonna go back to the group in 5 years. In the 6th year, maybe they'll let them, but not in 5 years. The group can disband and they won't be there for that last thing that they were able to release as a group, and it's sad. I'm gonna get more sad and frustrated. So there is the photo that I was mentioning here. It kind of works. So we will see what this says. It says Boys Planet 2 appearance contract appendix agreement, essentially. Article 1, conclusion of management agreement. Number 1, if the contestant is selected as a member of the group consisting of the final winners of the program, after referred to as the artist group, the agency and the contestant shall enter into exclusive management contract, referred to as the management contract regardless of the name, with a third party designated by the production company, such as an affiliated of the production company, referred to as the new agency, and the contestant shall perform entertainment activities as an artist under the new agency during the activity period stipulated in paragraph 2 of this article, and the agency and the contestant shall act as the exclusive management and agency for the entertainment activities of the contestant as a popular culture artist. I agree to the exclusive assignment of the authority to the new agency for the relevant period. Number 2, active period of the artist group shall be 5 years from the release date of the artist group's debut album, and the performer selected as a member of the artist group shall perform entertainment industries only as a member of the artist group during the activity period. So that's the thing that a lot of people are saying, okay, so they're not gonna have any solo activities or anything like that. I think they refer to more as the only thing they can do is as a member of Alpha Dry One. They cannot do anything as a member of Way or as a member of Boys Planet, Boy Story, or as a member of whatever company they're under. So if the company wanted to kind of debut them, they're fucked. They're gonna have to wait 5 years at least and see if they can debut them under a company in the 6th year, but that's gonna be tough. Performer selected as a member of the artist group shall participate in its release of one single album title and the holding of one performance title under the name of the artist group. Details such as performance days, number, performances, venue, and host shall be discussed later after refer to as special activities within 1 year after the end of the period of the artist as stipulated in paragraph 2 of this article. The performance agency shall consult with the production company in advance to agree to appear in all schedules for special activities. Performance can work without restriction except for schedule for special activities. It says omitted somewhere, I'm guessing. And then Article 2, additional negotiation right. Even if the performer is not selected for the artist group, the production company has the right, I'm gonna try not to get angry at this part, everything makes me angry, has the right to form a separate activity group other than the artist group by exclusively entrusting the exclusive management rights to the performance entertainment activities as a popular culture artist to the new agency, and notified the performer and agency administration write it within first 14 business days after the performance elimination from the program is confirmed or after the broadcast ends. That's basically what the photo says. So that last thing, I'm pretty sure is because of Mnet. They have 14 business days, so what I'm guessing is right now a bunch of companies are getting letters from this company being like, hey, we want your trainee to be part of this special group. Give them to us because they signed this, that they have the right. I don't think these companies can say no because CG, ENM, whatever they call, has the rights. I don't think these companies can say no to this. They're seeing it more as an investment. But this is the article that has been going around a lot. And as you can see, you can tell why. It is just horrible what this company is doing. Now, if you don't know, the whole company in question that, you know, this group is gonna be under is Wake One Entertainment. They are the record label that is under CG ENM, and they have been, you know, kind of the ones that have been the companies part of this group. So Zero Base One is here, Kepler is here, Isna, and Alpha Dry One is here. They have soloists as well, but I want to focus on the groups for a second because everybody hates this company, including myself. This company has a horrible reputation. Kepler started with them. They renewed the contract, but they're now being managed with another company. It says here it's with Clap Entertainment. Management is better. I feel like Wake One has a tendency, this is all my opinion, of controlling everybody. With Kepler, when they were the ones managing them, I think it was with another company, I might be wrong, but Wake One was very into Kepler. They fucked up everything. The debut, I will say, is the one that was the best one, but after that, still went downhill. Now with this new company, Clap Entertainment, that they signed and everything, I think everything is better, but the damage was done with Wake One, and I don't know if Kepler can go up from it, honestly, because they have been on the same line. I think the last one that they did, Bubblegum, was very well, but still, Wake One did a lot of damage to them, and I was very surprised when they actually renewed contract. But I think now they have a little bit more control. We will see if that works. Again, I don't know how long this, you know, extended contract is with Kepler, but I think things are better now because they're being managed with this other company. But the damage is done, and I do hope things gets better with Kepler because their songs have been better since they changed. I haven't seen that happening. I also have Zero Base One. I read somewhere that apparently the members wanted Sweat to be the, you know, like the title track of that comeback, and they ended up being the other one. I think it was Pop, Feel the Pop or something like that. At least they released Sweat as a pre-release type of a thing. That shows more of how controlling Wake One is with their groups. Alpha Dry One, haven't read it, and then you have Isna. Isna is a fixed group. I think this is the first fixed group that Wake One has. Isna was formed from Island, and the producer is Steady, which is a very, very famous producer. With Isna it's frustrating because I see a lot of potential in Isna. I see them being a huge group, and Wake One has so much control over them that it's just awful. Right now the whole thing is how they are hiding I think it's how you say her name. Wake One is just hiding her, barely giving her any lines. Comes to Wake One being controlling, and it's annoying the fuck out of people. People do not like this company. I could go in the rabbit hole of looking for things that this company has done, but I will suggest you all to do it. I think it'll be better. I think it is important for people as fans, including myself, because I include myself, to learn how to do research and see how the groups that we like are, the company that they're under, and everything. Because again, like I just mentioned before, even if you want to support a group, that money goes to the company as well. And if you see a company is not well, again, the best thing you can do is not support the good, which is sad, but it's the best way to hit the company where it hurts them, and them seeing if they actually do something to change. But we never know what happens behind the scenes. We never know what happens behind those doors with people in the company and everything. That's something that I have always said as well. This company sucks. I don't like them. I wish the best to Alpha Drive One. This is a slave contract in my opinion. It's sad that it started with them, and it wouldn't surprise me from here on. Every Survivor show they do this comeback. Yeah, this contract, it wouldn't surprise me if they try to make it even more continuous with the Survivor shows. Even though it's a 5-year 6 years, let's be honest, 6 years. I don't like it. I don't like how they're trying to control everything, monopolize everything. I don't like any of that. I don't like that there is so many Survivor shows right now. Before, we just needed the company trainees that debut and done, and they will see if it works or not. Now is we will send them to a Survivor show for promotion. I understand the whole point, promotion. But we didn't need Survivor shows back then. Just by the group releasing music and actually promoting it yourself and putting them out there was enough. And now it's Survivor shows. I don't like this contract. I hope for the best for this group. I hope things don't happen in the future for them, honestly. And I'm hoping for the best. It is 6 years. This is gonna be the toughest 6 years of them. They're gonna release so much music. I can just see it right now, how much they're gonna be releasing. We'll see what happens. But I wanted to bring this up just in case you guys don't know, and just give my opinions about it. If you guys have any other opinions, please let me know in the comments below what you think about everything. I'll leave all the links that I can below and extra ones if you guys wanna, read more. And I encourage you to do your research as well. I feel that is very important as a fan. I'm still educating myself on things. Every time I see something new, I look it up, and I think that is very important as well. So yeah, let me know what you all think. What do you think is going to happen? Do you like Wake One? Am I the only one that doesn't like them? Let me know in the comments below. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope you're doing great, and I'm gonna see you all on the next. Bye.